Hello, Brooklyn. How you doing? You where you going?
It's the weekend of March 19th, 2010. Will The Man of Steel make his way into theaters once more? Stay tuned. Show me my motto. The Man of Steel, the Superman series, is one of the most frustrating franchises in Hollywood history. I mean, the first one itself is considered a classic, but even that one, there was conflicts with the director Richard Donner and the producers, and technically, when it was finally released in theaters, pretty much only half the film was shown, and the rest of the footage being added to Superman 2. And if you've seen the other sequels, like Superman 3 and Superman 4, you know those two were pretty much abysmal. Now, a few years ago, Superman made his return to theaters in Superman Returns, and it just seemed to disappoint a lot of fans, and Superman fans are hard to please. But we've got some exciting news. In the Los Angeles Times recently, they reported that Christopher Nolan is going to be tacked on as an advisor or producer to the new story relaunch. Now, this is a talented director. He's not going to direct the film itself, but he's got a lot to offer, and David S. Goyer, who wrote the screenplay for The Dark Knight, is also tacked on to come up with some good ideas. Of course, we'll have to wait and see what's going on, but I'm real excited about Christopher Nolan, because if anybody can make this story work, finally, it's Chris Nolan. So good luck to you, Chris. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the review crew to give you their picks for the week. Take it away, guys.
Hey, thanks, Jonathan. I'm Draz.
And I'm C. Good.
And we're going to bring y'all the reviews for this week. First on our list, we have Brooklyn's Finest.
Brooklyn's Finest. It's the story of, it's in the perspective of 3 different cops. Some of them are bad cops, some are good. And you just go around Brooklyn. You figure out what their lives are about, what their struggles are. And sometimes their stories, they intersect, sometimes they don't. But shocks and surprises, good ending.
Okay, well, I think for this one we're going to go with like a 4.
Yeah.
This film, it's a pretty good film. Great acting, great cast. Great cast in this film. However, I think it's kind of been done in another way. Well, it's been done before.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's another cop film. You know, some are dirty, some are in between. So it's been done before, so I feel like it was kind of drawn out with just the same plot.
Yeah, this reminds me of that Colin Farrell movie seen last year. I was like, this reminds me a lot of that. Like,
Pride and Prejudice, yeah.
Training Day, like, next movie will be Alice in Wonderland.
Well, Alice in Wonderland, this is supposed to be a sequel to the first Alice in Wonderland. And what happens in this film is Alice has no recollection of Wonderland. She's starting off in, you know, her world, and she's having dreams ever since she was a child, which was supposed to be the first time that she visits Wonderland. Now, as I guess, young teenager or young adult, Alice returns to Wonderland, and she is destined, I guess you could say, to slay the Jabberwocky. And, you know, she doesn't want to do it, I guess you can say, but I guess it's just a story of just trying to get her back into the swing of things of how Wonderland works, and, you know, trying to see, will she live out the destiny that everybody wants her to live out to. And I think what we said on this one.
3.5.
What you think about it?
I liked it. That's Tim Burton. But, you know.
See, this is my problem. And you know, excuse me if I, you know, you can see the shirt. I mean, it was good. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Alice in Wonderland as a child. I still think it's good. I still think it's worth seeing if you were a fan of it as a child. I just think the plot could have been much better, or
Yeah.
it could have correlated with the first film a lot better. Johnny Depp was the one who was supposed to bring you into this film, but he didn't really.
That's marketing the actor, not the movie. Why
Yes.
was his name all on posters? Why was he freaking everywhere? Why was it
He has
Alice?
production credit, so I'm sure that has something to do with
Maybe
it.
because he's the favorite of the director. Maybe. I'm just saying, you can't play favorites, you know. Alice,
You can't.
you know.
Yeah, it should be Alice. It should be about the film. But I mean, overall, if you read the story, if you liked the first one, I'm pretty sure you will take some type of liking to it. But I don't know if it would be one that, you know, would go down as like the classic, the one you buy and watch.
Yeah.
It's not a timeless Alice in Wonderland, and I think that's the disappointment of it, because it's a timeless story.
Yeah. So I guess that wraps it up for today.
Yeah, that wraps it up for this week, and we'll be coming to y'all next week. Back to you, Jonathan.
Thanks a lot, guys. Great analysis as always. And now it's time for the Box Office Hustle, where we give you the top 3 box office draws for the weekend of March 19th, 2010. Coming in at number 3 is Green Zone. Now this film is stars Matt Damon, directed by Paul Greengrass, about an Iraqi soldier looking for weapons of mass destruction. This should come in 3rd. Number 2 will be something I'm really excited about for all of you who are kids at heart, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. You've probably, at some point maybe heard of the books. This should be a nice, fun, family-filled adventure that all can enjoy. And once again, it's going to be Alice in Wonderland in the number 1 spot. It's probably going to gross about $30 million. Once again, it's a PG movie. It's 3D, which is big right now, and it just appeals to a wide audience. The Johnny Depp fans, the fans of the book, the fans of Tim Burton, and it just has a wide appeal that everybody's continuing to flock to. And remember, last weekend it made over $60 million, and that was its 2nd week. So that's your Box Office Hustle. You heard it here first. Thanks for watching this edition of the Box Office Hustle, March 19th, 2010. On behalf of myself, Jonathan Barron, and the review crew, have a good afternoon, and remember, if you miss a day, you miss a lot. Take care, guys.